Look, they've waited up for us.
Come on, Keith, you must be tired. Come and sit down.
No, we're not a bit tired, are we, darling?
Oh, no, I'm all in, but Tony just keeps on going.
Well, how did the show look?
How did it go?
How did they like it?
Go on, tell them.
Well, I'm afraid it looks dead.
Well, what did I tell you?
Dead right. What do you think, Sam?
Well, in my opinion, Benny's got a wow. And Tony's great. What do you think happened? Benny said, I've got to have a new number for tomorrow night. So Tony stepped up and offered him his.
But he wouldn't listen. So I sat down at the piano and started playing.
Yes, and there was Benny standing on the stage talking to his stage manager, and he said, I've got to have a punch for the first act.
Yeah, and I kept on playing.
And did Benny like it?
Like it? Rehearsal for everybody tomorrow morning. It goes in the show tomorrow night.
Good! Who's going to sing the number?
Me.
Yes, and if he makes good, his name will be up in lights.
If? What does that mean? I don't understand that word.
Darling, they'll think we're boasting.
Well, aren't we?
Oh, no! Oh, let's fuss over one song. The public hasn't seen Benny's show yet. It might flop.
You're jealous. That's what's the matter with you.
What's it called, Tony?
It's the Sweetheart number. You've heard it before.
Why, of course. Let me play it for you.
Why, sure.
Jack,
Get your violin.
I've got it.
Good.
Charlie.
Yes? Go and get the boys.
Gonna sleep upstairs.
Doesn't matter. Go and get them. Go on, both of you. We'll have an extra rehearsal of this now.
Oh, that's grand. Let's see if you know it. From the moment I found you, I've been trying to think of some pet name to call you, nicer than all the rest.
It would really astound you, the way I puzzle my brain. But now I've made a final choice, I'm breathing once again.
Maybe I've called you baby, but in future that's taboo. I'm going to call you sweetheart, that's the sweetest name for you.
Bunny, I'm tired of honey and of lovey-dovey too. I'm going to call you sweetheart, that's the sweetest name for you. Now why did Mr. Mendelssohn compose his great tune?
Because he knew someday we would be honeymooning, even if we're together till both tide and time are through. I'll always call you sweetheart, it's the sweetest name for you.
Well, that's the hit if ever there was one.
Something else to whistle in the bar.
Benny's lucky to get that number.
Well, that's all, isn't it? Sure, thanks, boys.
Well, I'm off to bed. That's a good idea. Good idea, boys. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night, Tony.
Don't forget those lights on the landing. You left them all on last night.
Oh, Mac, you do have your troubles, don't you?
Come on, darling. It's time you went to bed.
Oh, I was tired, but I don't feel like going to sleep now. I'd like to hear some more music.
Oh, we can't play anymore. Mac wants to get some sleep.
Do you?
No, not just yet.
Oh, good. Then come on and sit down and we'll play something for you. Come on, now, what would you like to hear?
Anything you like. You'll find plenty of music on the piano.
All right.
Only, not too loud.
All right. Sure you don't mind, Mac?
No, not at all. I like it.
Here's a bunch here, darling. Pick one of these.
You look... No. The Voice of the Dove.
No.
First of June.
No.
Roadway of Romance. Gee, Tony, that might have been written for us. Come on, play it.
All right. I'll try anything once.
The roadway of romance is full of golden dreams. That avenue of chance ever must call to you. way of romance, with all its joys and schemes. You hope as you advance, fortune may fall to you. For some it's fun, they walk in the sun with never a care. But I'm afraid that lost in the shade are waiting there, filled with despair, the roadway of romance. Down which we all must go, if we could only know what is our journey's end.
Thanks for singing it, Pam. Thanks.
You liked it, Mac, eh?
I've always liked it. Well, good night, Tony. And lots of luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
You've got a big opportunity.
Hope so.
Good night.
Oh, Mac,
Yes?
I want to say something to you.
Well, go on, say it.
Well, you know our week ends on Saturday, and we shan't be staying after that.
You mean you're leaving here?
It isn't definite, is it, Tony?
I understand. Well, if you excuse me, I've got to go and see somebody. Saturday week, then? All right.
Oh, Mac,
Yes?
why do you go out every night like this at this time? Who do you go to see, anyway?
No, just an old friend. A man who used to be a big star. I try to keep an eye on him and see that he has a bed to sleep in every night.
What's his name?
Jimmy O'Donnell, the man whose song you've just been singing.
Roadway of Romance.
But, Mac, how on earth did Jimmy O'Donnell come down to that?
Oh, it's a long story. You wouldn't be interested.
Oh, yes, we would.
Of course we will.
Well, a lot of people would give you different reasons. But there was only one thing that dragged Jimmy down.
What was that?
You'd hardly believe it.
Oh, what was it?
Success.
Success?
Well, tell us about it.
Ah, you wouldn't be interested.
Oh, yes, we would, Mac.
Of course
Come
we
on.
would.
Yes, boy, come on.
Go on.
Well, perhaps it wouldn't do you any harm to hear it. Sit down, Pam. It's just another tragedy of Charing Cross Road. Jimmy O'Donnell had a wife, a little girl called Cherry. When I first worked with them on the old bread and butter tour in the provinces, there were two lovable kids. They'd just broken into the show business, and they spent nearly every hour of the day learning new songs and dances for their acts. And believe me, it needed. But Cherry was the sweetest and the prettiest little soul you ever set eyes on. Just like you, Pat. I used to deal with them, so I got to know them well. Every night after supper, they'd tell me their hopes and ambitions. How Jimmy was going to bring Cherry to London and make a big star out of her. All they could talk about was London. And listen to this, Tony. Over and over again he'd say, one of these days you'll see us in Charing Cross Road mixing among all the big acts.
Sounds like us, darling.
Yes.
Yes. I'd booked a tour in America on the Keat time, and I lost sight of Cherry and Jimmy for about 7 years. I'd forgotten all about them. And strangely enough, one day I was standing at Actors' Corner on Charing Cross Road.
Mac! Oh, look who's here.
Jimmy! Well, it's good to see you again. And Cherry! Still sticking to the same outfit.
Nick, where have you been hiding all these years?
In the United States. So you've got to London at last.
Yes, and we always told you we'd meet you in Charing Cross Road.
And here you are. Well, have you made Cherry a star yet?
Ah, still kidding, Mac. Do you know how many agents' stairs there are in this street?
Oh, I know.
We've climbed them every day for 6 months. And all we found out is the way down.
Pity you're not an agent, Mac.
Wait a minute. I tell you what I'll do. I'll take you over to my agent, Gerald Lang.
Another agent, Cherry.
Ah, but a great friend and one of the most powerful men in London. If he says he'll do a thing for you, he'll do it.
Do you mean it?
Wait now, I've got to tell you. Here, you've got to look pretty.
Oh, let me do it.
No, I don't like that toy of yours, but we'll have to do.
Mac.
Here, come on.
Oh,
I beg your pardon. Those are two, Jerry.
Are these your friends?
52? Yes. Name? The O'Donnells. The O'Donnells, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Buttercups and daisies, hear me sing your praises. Buttercups and daisies, know that I love you. Buttercups and daisies, hear me sing your praises. Buttercups and daisies, know that I love you.
daffodils are listening, with the dewdrops glistening. Daffodils are listening, for they know that I love you.
In the dells, all the bluebells know my joy and pride. They have told each marigold that I'll be the groom and you'll be the bride. Buttercups and daisies, hear me sing your praises. Buttercups and daisies, know that I love you.
There's something I like about her. He's just excess baggage, but she is excess.
They won't split. Oh, give them a break, Jerry. They're a cheap act.
This way.
I think I can find something for you.
Oh, thanks so much, Mr. Langdon.
Do you really mean it, Mr. Langdon?
Yes, but... Ooh, that song. Mac, can't you find them some new material?
You bet I can. Songs, why, they hatch 'em in Charing Cross Road.
What kind of a number do you like, Mr. Langdon?
Yes.
Mac will find you one, young lady.
Yes, I will. Come along, Keith.
Thank you, Mr. Langdon.
Oh, thanks so much.
I always knew you were a great judge of artists.
Hello, Mac.
Hello, Frankie.
How are you?
Meet my two friends, the O'Donnells.
How are you?
They want a new hot number for a West End show.
But nothing to do with flowers. Eh, Cherry?
Oh, fruit.
Oh,
No!
No, nothing like that.
Something that everybody will like, even the agents.
Oh, that's impossible.
Now listen, Frankie. They want something different. You get the idea. Something that'll make a hit overnight.
Oh, the house is full of them. You come along with me to my office. I've got the very thing for you. This way. A double act. Yeah. Now, just sit down right over there, will you? Wait a minute, Harry. I want you to meet my old friends, the... O'Donnells. Now, we got to find a good song for them. Something real good, Harry. Now, let me see what you got there, will you? Now, let me see. Yes, here we are. Just take an earful of that, will you? Some little something's the matter with me. Some little something, now what can it be? Somebody's kisses just give me a thrill. Then somebody smiles, and my poor heart it just stands still. What? Oh, well, I suppose you're right. You know, you can't please everybody. You know what it is in this business, don't you? You just got to find one song. Take a look at that one, will you? Now, there's a lyric. I'd like you to look at that lyric because it's really good. Nobody knows why I cherish this rose.
No. What we want is something sentimental.
There's something to bring tears to your eyes.
Tears. Tears? Say, we've got the song to bring tears to your eyes. Just look at that one, will you? And that is the song of the century. Now, look at it very carefully, will you? And please, just don't interrupt because it's a beautiful song and I want you to hear every word of it. There were stars in the sky. There were tears in our eyes.
That's right.
That's the idea.
Yes, I thought that was the kind of thing, but if you don't mind, just don't interrupt because, you know, I get so nervous I just can't sing it all. Just do it again, will you? There were stars in the sky. There were tears in her eyes. The nights that she cried in my beer. She gazed with a sigh out of her one good eye the night that she cried in my beer. She felt, so she said, like an outcast. She hadn't been home for a year. So to save her from shame, I gave her my name on the night that she cried in my beer.
No, I don't think that will suit us.
No, it's not the type of thing we want at all.
Oh, don't say that. Maybe it was me.
Yes.
Yes. I tell you what, I'd like you both to come and hear Miss Belle Baker sing a song.
Belle Baker?
Yes, and she can sing a song like nobody can. She's got some of the finest songs in the world. Come on, both of you.
Yes, Belle Baker won't sing the trash that he does. Come along.
I want her to meet Belle, because she's really a singer. Go right through there. Can we come in, Belle? Say, meet the O'Donnells.
How do you do?
How
Glad
do
to know
you do?
you.
They want a real surefire song here.
A duet.
A duet.
Something that people will like. A song that'll put them in the front rank right away.
I'll find you a song that will please you. You like this one.
Oh, thanks awfully.
I have the very song you want. Let me show you how to do it, huh? Let me introduce you to a highway, a road that many think is paved with gold. Come along and take a stroll up my way, where hope is born for young and old. The roadway of romance is full of golden dreams. That avenue of chance ever must call to you. The roadway of romance, with all its joy and scheme, you hope as you advance, fortune may fall to you. For some it's fun, they walk in the sun with never a care. But I'm afraid that love in the shade are waiting there, filled with despair. The roadway of romance, down which we all must go. If we could only know what is our journey's end. Did you like it?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you come over and try it. Come on now. Come on now, sing it. Come on. Here,
Oh, but
sing it.
I can't sing it off.
Oh, yes, you can, honey. Don't ever let anyone hear you say you can't. You must sing it. Come on now, you try it.
Yes, let's try.
Certainly. What can you lose?
A lot.
Oh, no. Come on, Percy, play it for me.
For some it's fun, they walk in the sun with never a care. But I'm afraid that love's this machine are waiting there, filled with despair. The roadway of romance, down which we all must go. If only we could know what is our
Splendid, splendid. I'll get Selden to put that into his new show. It's just exactly what he wants. And rehearsals start on Monday.
Oh,
But you'll have to do the singing, young lady.
but couldn't Jimmy sing it with me?
Oh, well, I dare say he could come in somewhere. Selden won't mind that. Now, off you go and rehearse, you two, and good luck.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jimmy.
And did they work? You never saw two kids so enthusiastic.
Did they make good, Mac?
I hope so.
The roadway of romance was to be staged in a big way at the very theatre that you're opening in tomorrow night. It was to be in Cherry's number, really, for she's the personality. Nobody paid much attention to Jimmy. All he was supposed to do was to drape the scenery and to sing the introduction for her. But that wouldn't do for Cherry. She rehearsed the number in such a way that Jimmy would have meant as much to the success of the song as she would have.
great.
And the crowd in Charing Cross Road were hoping that Hales would make good. And on the opening night, you can bet there was a pile of telegrams for them.
Runway romance. Runway romance. Runway romance.
Boy, I'm Mr. Selden. Hurry, it's urgent.
Yes, sir.
What's the matter, Jimmy?
Well, it's Cherry. She seems terribly ill.
Oh, poor kid.
Let's find Mr. Selden, quick.
Well, I'll go and see her.
Well, what is it,
Mr. Selden, it's Cherry. She's suddenly collapsed.
What? God bless me soul. Have you sent for a doctor?
Yes, he's with her now.
Oh, and it's nerves, I suppose, the excitement. She's no right to. She oughtn't. Everybody ought to keep calm on a night like this. Let's come and hear what the doctor has to say.
Dear. There, dear, don't worry. You'll be all right.
How do you feel, darling?
She'll be all right, won't she, Doctor?
Yes, if she keeps quiet.
But she's got to sing on the stage in a few minutes. This is her first night.
Mrs. O'Donnell must go straight to a nursing home.
Doctor, what's wrong?
We'll know more when she's x-rayed.
But Doctor, we've got a house full of people here, our first night, and what's to be done?
Absolute quiet is what she needs.
I'm sorry, Mr. Selden, but we can't go on.
But what about the big scene, the roadway romance? What's going to happen to that?
Jimmy can sing the song alone.
Oh, never mind about that, darling.
Oh, but you must. Now, don't you worry about the show.
Jimmy, you think you could get through it alone?
The number's nothing without her.
Yes, I know, but I've no number without you. I'll go and tell them on the stage. Come, get ready. You'll do it.
Jimmy, you must do it for my sake. You know the song.
All right then, darling. I'll do it. But if I get over, it'll be through you.
Mr. O'Donnell, please.
Now, back up, Jimmy. Don't let me down.
I can't do it.
What?
I'm not going on.
Jimmy, you promised her you would.
Why, of course you did. You'll make her very happy. You know what you said.
Yes, but I've got to find out how she is.
I'll keep in touch with the doctor. And if any news comes through while you're on, I'll get it through to you somehow.
You promise?
Yes.
Let me introduce you to a highway, a road that many think is paved with gold. Come along and take a stroll up my way, where hope is born for young and old. The roadway of romance is full of golden dreams, that avenue of chance ever must come to you. The roadway of romance, with all its joys and schemes, you hope as you advance, fortune may fall to you. For some it's fun, they walk in the sun with never a care. But I'm afraid that lots in the shade are waiting there, filled with despair. A roadway of romance, down which we all must go, if we could only know what is our journey's end. town which we all must go. If we only know what is our journey's end.
Go on, then, take another call. They don't mean it, do they? Well, of course they do. Go on.
Oh, Jimmy, can't be so pleased. Go on.
Get me out to the nursing home at once.
Yes.
Oh, nurse, forgive my calling at this hour, but I must know how she is. Has she had an examination?
The John's just gone. He says he's going to get in touch with you.
Oh, what did he say? Is it serious?
No, he says it's nothing serious. All she needs is rest.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
Good night.
Donald, Selden's asking for you.
All right, I'm coming. Yes, Mr. Selden?
Oh, Jimmy, let me introduce you. Lady Grace Ruston, Mrs. Dillingham, Captain Byford. My word, I must hand it to you, my boy. You did put it over. Even that critical first-night audience out there had to admit it.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Selden. I'm glad for your sake.
Well, after such strenuous work, you feel a little supper might do you good.
Oh, thank you very much, but I don't think I could come out to a party, not tonight.
It isn't a party, just a few friends.
Go along, Jimmy. It'll do you good.
Yes, but I must try to see Cherry.
Yes, of course. Yours.
Oh, yes, quite. If everything's all right, will you come afterwards? Come.
Well, if everything's all right, I should like to very much.
Go along, Jimmy. Go and get changed.
Thank you so much.
It's all right. He'll come.
I couldn't sleep until I knew what happened tonight. How'd it go?
Marvelously.
Who did my number?
I did. Alone?
What?
Yes. And it went over splendidly.
Jimmy, I'm so proud of you.
You mustn't stay any longer, Mr. Donald.
I'll come and see you tomorrow. May I, nurse?
Yes, of course.
Goodbye, darling.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll see it again now, Mr. Donald, please.
Oh, please. I can't have my guest of honor being bothered like this. Besides, I want to speak to him myself.
Why, of course. Will you excuse me, please?
George hates my parties.
He's in the foreign service and keeps his mind on the map of Europe.
It sounds interesting.
Oh, not very for me. Whenever he goes away on a diplomatic mission, I have to persuade my friends to amuse me.
Do they need persuading?
Oh, don't let's talk about them. I've lots of plans for you, if you're interested.
Of course I'm interested.
Now that you're such a success, seeing you will be quite a luxury, won't it?
Please excuse me. It'll be a joy for me to see you.
Then, of course, I'm there.
Oh, Mr. O'Donnell, it was nice of you to come along tonight.
Yes, wasn't it?
And now that you're in such demand and being feted all over London, you won't have much time for us, will you?
Oh, George, do help me persuade Mr. O'Donnell to join us at Goodwood.
Of course, we should be delighted.
Oh, thanks. Then I'll accept with pleasure.
I suppose you realize, my dear, that with Mr. O'Donnell we should be 13.
Oh, I'd forgotten. Never mind. I'll get another woman to make up for the odd man.
Very well.
What's the matter? Oh, nothing. I suppose I'm not myself yet. Oh, I see. It must have been nice at Goodwood. Yes. You're not featured, I see. Only Jimmy, Lady Grace, and the horses. Well, I wasn't well enough to go. After all, I'd only been out of the nursing home for a little while. Well, I've been to see you every day and every night. Yes, I know you have, Vera. And I haven't come across Jimmy once. And perhaps I'll catch him at Newmarket. Well, Jimmy's busy. He can't hang around the flat. Perhaps not. But he can come home at a reasonable hour of night. Here it is nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Vera, how silly you are. Jimmy's a star, and he's busy. Now you run along. There's no need to wait with me any longer. Promise me you'll ring me if anything goes wrong. Why, yes, of course. All right.
And Cherry sat waiting and waiting till it was morning.
Did he come home then?
Yes, and he lied to her.
But don't look at me, darling.
If you ever treated me that way, I'd never look at you again. Yes, ma'am.
Jimmy told her he'd been to the club, described a game of cards with such detail that he almost believed it himself.
Did Cherry believe him?
She wanted to. That was the cruelest part of it, but he might as well have owned up. For at that moment, a knock came at the door. It was the woman's husband. He accused Jimmy of having an affair with his wife.
What did Jimmy say to that?
He tried to lie his way out, the same as he'd done to Cherry. But the husband wasn't so easy to bluff. He knew Jimmy hadn't been near his club. And Jimmy got deeper and deeper into difficulties until Cherry came to his rescue. She told him it was a mistake, that Jimmy had come straight home from the theater and had been with her all that night. The husband was only half convinced, but he had to take Cherry's word. He even apologized to Jimmy.
I bet there was a row then.
There was a bitter row, and Cherry started packing her things and declared she'd leave Jimmy. If success meant this, she said, she'd sooner go back to where she started from. Jimmy broke down and swore he'd never see the woman again. For oddly enough, he really loved Cherry. It was just that he couldn't stand success.
And Cherry?
She believed him and forgave him. For she loved him too.
What happened then, Mac?
A little later, things came to a head. It was after a matinee.
Hello, Jimmy. Nearly ready.
For what?
Well, sure you remember. We arranged I should call for you and we go for a drive.
Well, the fact is, dear, I've got to go round to see Selden. He's waiting for me at the front of the house.
Oh, but dear, is it so important? Couldn't it wait?
Well, it's about the new show. This
Note has just arrived, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, and Mr. Selden has just telephoned from Paris, sir. He'll be back tomorrow.
So you were lying again.
Well, I've told you before, I don't want you to come down to the theater.
That note from Lady Ruston. That's your business appointment. That's what your promises are worth. I've been hoping and praying for something to bring you to your senses.
Cherry!
But it hasn't. You're still up in the clouds. And when the crash comes, and all your new friends have walked out on you, you'll have no one to thank. No one but Jimmy O'Donnell.
Jimmy, I can't wait much longer.
This is my wife, Lady Ruston.
How'd you do? How'd you do? I suppose your husband told you why I came.
There was no need.
Oh, Jimmy, you should have done. Why didn't you? You see, I know Mark Ziegler, the famous American producer, very well. And I'm taking Jimmy along to meet him at 6. With your permission, of course. You don't mind.
Why should I?
And I've always wanted to meet Ziegler.
You see, a woman can help even a star sometimes.
Yes. I'm sure Jimmy will appreciate that.
Well, you must excuse us. We must be going. Goodbye, my dear.
Goodbye. Jimmy, shall I see you before the show tonight?
Why, of course you will. Unless Ziegler keeps me. But I'll try to get away.
Hello, Vera. Jerry, I thought you were going out with Jimmy. He had an appointment. Yes, I saw her. Lady Ruston was taking Jimmy to see Mark Ziegler, the American producer. When is Jimmy go? About 6 o'clock. How fast can he fly? Why, what do you mean? Cherry Ziegler's on board the Majestic. I read in the sailing list last Friday.
What's the matter with your voice?
Nothing.
How are you feeling?
Fiddles to fiddles. Have a drink.
No, thanks.
Well, I will.
You're not going to swallow that with a show going on?
During a show, before a show, after a show are the only times I drink. Cheerio.
Playing the fool. You can't go on like that.
I know I can't, and I don't want to. And I can't forgive myself.
But you mustn't blame yourself for an accident.
It was no accident. It was my fault. Cherry didn't care what happened to her that day. Now I don't care what happens to me. I go on the stage, I sing this song, but she's not there. The best part of the act's missing.
Donald.
Coming.
I'll wait till you're through.
I'm through now, completely through.
And that's the story of Jimmy O'Donnell.
Poor devil.
Oh, what about her?
Didn't some of his rich friends try and help him out?
They don't help that kind of friends. Well, I better be getting along and see if I can find him.
But, Matt, where do you go to find him at this time of the night?
Well, I don't quite know. I know where he is during theater time. You know, he was singing outside your theater tonight, Tony.
Was that Jimmy O'Donnell?
Yeah.
Really?
Good Lord, but... Mac, can't we help him out?
No, he's too proud. No, he feels he's earning his living that way. But some nights he doesn't do so well. And then I have to find him. Well, I'll be getting along.
Mac?
Yes?
Pam and I won't be leaving you now. We'll be staying on, if you'll have us.
Tony.
Come on up. Reach those legs up and what's your line? What's that, Santa? Listen, Tony. Okay, relax. Is that all right?
Love's the funniest feeling, you can't tell when it starts. Would you believe it? Tiny babies often lose their hearts. Take your baby out walking and watch the sweet little lamb. He sees some little baby girl who bent him from her pram. Even though he's a baby, he will smile and say goo-goo. That means he's saying, sweetheart, oh, I like the look of you. And when she begins to prattle and she waves her rattle too, that means she's saying, sweetheart, I'd give up my milk for you. When he kicks and waves his nose or bubbles she blows, that only shows the warmth of his affection. And later when they begin to talk, they're sure to bill and coo. He'll say, I'll call you sweetheart, it's the sweetest name for you. We used to share our playthings, so the only thing to do. Now that I call you sweetheart, I'll share everything with you.
You used to share my chocolate, you were rather greedy too. But now I call you sweetheart, I'll share everything with you. You gave me a wooden spoon,
but now it's a ring.
A plain golden thing. It's much more exciting.
We're going to build a little home for maybe more than two. But still I... always be true to me?
I will.
Tell me you'll always be true.
We will!
Understand it. He's going to pieces.
And then he's killing the show. I'm a fool to take a chance with him.
Now, come on, don't follow me.
I'll never make it. I'll never make it.
Of course you will.
He's done it! Listen to that applause!
He's done it for him. So, you think you're clever, do you?
Penny, I
Think you can run my show for me?
Oh, no, really.
But I was done. She pulled me through.
No, she didn't, did she?
Mr. Penny, please give me another chance.
You bet I will. I'm going to give you a chance to do that number with Tony every night for the run of the play.
You mean it?
I do.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Betty. Thanks.
Are you coming?
Tony, all right, Tony. Some friends are giving a big party tonight. They want you and Pam to come along, too.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Benny, but I've got the most important appointment.
That's too bad. Well, don't make any more. You're going to be very busy for the next few nights.
All right.
Good luck, Tony.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Where's this important appointment?
At home.
Who with?
You.
Tony.